this is Dena.
Hey, this is Annie.
And welcome to the Besties podcast, because we're two besties and we're doing a podcast.
So, how was your day today?
I was all right. I worked out first thing in the morning, like I've started doing lately.
Nice.
So
DDP yoga?
No, I went to the fitness center and I went on the stationary bike and the elliptical. I can't get myself to do DDP yoga first thing in the morning, but I try to do it during lunch, but today I didn't. So
I had quite the adventure.
Oh.
One of my cats, yeah. My cat Sinji, his third eyelid. I didn't know cats had three eyelids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not closing. Yeah, so we took him to the vet today, and where she said it might be an ear infection, so we have to put ear drops in his ears. But the poor little guy, I feel so bad for him. He's still in the cat carrier. He hasn't left.
Oh.
It was very traumatic. Yeah.
Oh, he's hiding in there?
Yeah, they took some kind of swab and they swabbed his eye, and then they shoved it up his nose and in his ear, and he just wasn't happy about any of it. So
poor baby.
So he's been hiding out. Just his brother Tyrion is sleeping on top of the cat carrier. So I think Tyrion knows his brother might not be feeling too well.
No.
So, yeah. They're thick as thieves, those two.
So wait, how many of your cats are named after Game of Thrones characters?
Just Tyrion and Cersei.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We wanted to have a Jaime, but he wound up being called Sinji. So.
Oh, okay.
Based off anime. Don't ask me what anime he's based off of. So he's named from, but yeah. So poor little guy. He's I'm worried that they're gonna need more tests, and more tests mean more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we have to go back and it was a chunk of change today. We got to go back in a week. If it's not fixed, we got to go back in another week. You know, so but he's not in pain. He's eating. He's going to the bathroom. He's running around. Doesn't seem to be affecting him much. But you know, cats.
That's good.
Cats get into stuff.
They do.
So I don't. You know, he I don't know where he goes because we have a big house. So you know, they go in the basement and they get in cobwebs. I've seen Tyrion come out with full head of just dirt, and it's like, what were you doing? And he makes a little noise. It's the cutest noise when he runs down the basement. When the basement door opens, he runs down there. He makes like a little war cry. It's very cute. Yeah, it's very cute. So we had that, and then I had my book club today. And that was I finished the book. I didn't think I was going to. It was gonna be close. Yeah, it was very close. It was called The Parable of the Sower, and it was just a slog to get through for me personally, because I have dyslexia, so it's very hard for me to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you know, when I'm reading, I read the page 2, 3, 4 times, so it takes me that much longer to get into a book. But I was ready to lie my way through it. I would have lied and bluffed my way through a book club that I co-run.
So you started a book club even though you don't like to read?
I like to read, in theory.
In theory.
I love to read. Yes, in theory I love to read. It's the application of reading that bothers me. Because like I said, it just takes a lot. Audiobooks are fine, but I'm a visual learner. So I'm cursed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't have dyslexia or anything, but like I'm a really slow reader. I'll get like distracted really easy, and I'll find myself reading the same paragraph over and over.
That's common. Yeah, I do that. I do that myself. Yeah, reading. Like I said, I love to read. I just, and I have a stack of books as high as the ceiling of books that I want to get through. And the person I run the book club with, she goes through a book a day, more or less.
One of those. That could not be me.
And she's like, well, I haven't even finished the book yet. I'm like, I'm getting there. You know. I try to aim for, if I can do 40 pages a night, I'm happy. But sometimes the book is just, it's just not catching me, or It's a little too real. Like this one was really real, and yeah, I just wasn't. I read to escape, and this was not escapist fiction for me, So
yeah.
So we have another one coming up, a true crime book coming up in September, and I'm not looking forward to that one either.
Yeah.
But I'll lie my way through that one when time comes.
I think the last book I read, I started reading the Vampire Hunter D novels. And I read the first one, and I kind of liked it. They're kind of silly, but whatever. And I think I got like halfway through the second one, and for whatever reason, I just like stopped. I don't remember if I was bored with it or I just like didn't have time, or. But yeah. That was the last thing I read. I think the last book I read. I read stuff on the internet all the time, but that doesn't count.
That counts, sure. I saw the Vampire Hunter D animated movie from like when I was like 16. It was that was pretty good. I remember liking it a lot.
That was kind of my gateway to anime, actually. I had a friend who loaned me Akira and Vampire Hunter D both on like both on VHS tapes, and they'd been ripped from other tapes. And I was like, wow, anime is cool. But then they ended up being both of them ended up being like some of my favorite anime. So
I did not know you like anime, honestly.
Not new stuff so much, but like in the 90s, I was really into anime for a while.
Did you ever see Cowboy Bebop?
I never did watch that one. Some of the more popular ones I haven't seen, but
I definitely recommend that. I think you would like that.
Yeah. I've been recommended that one before. I've actually been watching the Ranma 1/2 remake that's on Netflix, and it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen the original, there's not really very much new in it, It's just kind of the same thing again with different voice actors. It's been kind of fun revisiting it because I haven't watched the original series in ages, so.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not big into anime. Everyone in this house is huge into anime, and I've seen Cowboy Bebop. I think that's it. I saw Full Metal Alchemist a long time ago.
I never did get around to watching that one.
So we're going to be talking about The Boys, huh?
Sure, we can. Yeah, I kind of avoided watching The Boys for a long time because I'm into MCU movies, and I don't know, I guess I just thought it would be like too negative of a take, or it'd be too dour, or I don't know, I'm not sure what I expected, but man, I ended up being super into it.
It is a downer. Like there are episodes where I have to watch a comedy after because I'm like, ooh, man. It just feels like there's no comeuppance for any of the characters. That's true.
Sometimes there is, but yeah.
Yeah, well, Homelander is he's
that asshole.
We want him to get his comeuppance so bad.
Yeah. And he's had little moments of getting like a little bit of comeuppance, but not enough. Yeah. That asshole just keeps coming out on top.
When was it Queen made him bleed, I was like, okay, that's something.
Yeah.
But I love that show. I was like you, and I put it off for a long time because I'm like, it's just not my thing. And then I sat down and I gave it a shot, and it's really, really good. The acting is fantastic.
Yeah, the special effects are really good too.
Top-notch show. It really is.
A little bit too good. I hated the scene where the freaking sperm whale died. That like really upset me.
I don't think I got emotional over the sperm whale.
I did. It was so sad.
There's been some outrageous things in that, like the human centipede thing, and
that was wild.
Like, and he played God on Supernatural.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I was used to seeing him play on Supernatural, and I'm like, wait, that can't be. It is. Like, that's Chuck, and he's eating himself out. and he's eating himself out.
Oh, and again and again.
But, yeah. Have you read the comics?
I have not. I watched a video that compared the comics to the show, and it seems like the show is actually improved on the comics.
Yeah, I would say that. I went back and I read the comics once I got into the show, and I much prefer the live adaptation. Homelander has to die, right?
Right. I fucking hope so. I went from going, this guy is such a great villain, I love to hate him, to just flat out hating him.
Yeah, I mean, I hate his smug face every time he's on screen.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, and the actor Anthony Starr, he was on a show called Banshee, which I loved. He's such a great actor, and he really makes you hate him. He really does. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
plays a convincing asshole.
and Carl Urban is just perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the show. I just love all the characters, and I have a feeling this is going to be a roller coaster of a season when it comes out.
Also, I shared this with you on Facebook, but apparently Gen V, another season of Gen V is coming out this year sometime.
I heard Soldier Boy is going to be in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I saw some behind the scenes pictures of him. Maybe that's a spoiler. I don't know. Sorry. But and they're doing a spin-off too. It's called like Voight something.
Oh, okay. So it's a spin-off of the spin-off.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be like, I think don't quote me on it, but I think it's going to be like Soldier Boy's time before he got frozen.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, so like a prequel.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So yeah. I liked Soldier Boy. I thought he was I didn't like him, obviously.
Yeah.
Character. But he was very charismatic. I thought he was again another great actor they got to play this. This is a great show.
It's kind of fun when a character shows up and you're like, they're an XB of this actual superhero, and like, I remember thinking, Homelander was sort of a cross between Superman and Captain America, because he mostly kind of looks like Superman, but he's also blonde and he leans into the American flag motif a little more, so that made me think of Captain America. And then Soldier Boy showed up and I'm like, no, that's Captain America.
And it's definitely Captain America. I remember the one episode that was really weird was like when Huey was trapped in the BDSM dungeon.
Oh God.
I was like, what the hell is going on? That made me uncomfortable. I turned to my partner. I was like, this has to end soon because it's really uncomfortable for me.
It is. The sex stuff on that show is wild.
Yes.
I read whose opinion was this? I can't remember where I heard this, but someone said that I guess sort of complained that the show sort of like kink shames, but like the kinks shown on there, like most of them are physically impossible anyway.
Yeah, and I don't think it kink shames, but like you said, it's a human centipede of people of the same person. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm really looking. I don't know when season 5 comes out, but
yeah, I don't. I think I heard next year, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But
can't come soon enough.
Talking about the sex stuff, that reminds me of something I posted on social media. I said that I wish I had a dime. If I had a dime for every time I saw a tiny person interacting with a giant penis, I'd have 2 dimes, which isn't a lot, but it's crazy that it happened twice and both in the boys' universe.
It's good.
Because it happened again on Gen V. Different situation, but still, tiny person interacting with a giant dick.
Yeah. How do you feel about Gen V?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool that their powers seem sort of symbolic of self-harm. I thought that was kind of an interesting theme.
Yeah. I actually didn't, yeah.
Yeah, because like one of them has to, cut herself so she can manipulate the blood, and another one kind of,
right.
the one that can change size, it kind of comes across like an eating disorder. And I feel like there was a third one, I can't remember what it was. Maybe that was it.
That's, you know what? I mean, that's pretty good. I didn't think about that. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 5. I'm looking forward to Homelander dying.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Butcher either at this point.
Oh yeah, he's gotten pretty bad.
Yeah.
I love the reveal that the guy he'd been talking to had been dead all along, and he was
yes.
he'd been imagining him, hallucinating him. There we go.
That kind of blew my little mind.
I went, what the fuck?
Yeah, me too. When he turns to turns to Homelander's wife, and he says, "Will you shut up?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah. That was wild. I guess we should have put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this, but oh well. Put it in the description.
Okay. Came out last year. They're fine.
True.
And you like Invincible too, huh?
I do. That's another show I was a little bit apprehensive about, partly because I had just finished watching The Boys, and I'm like, oh, it's just like The Boys, but animated, whatever. And it's like almost nothing like The Boys, except for the superhero motif.
Yeah, I watched the first season, and I gave up on the second season.
Oh.
I thought the first season was really good, and I just wasn't digging the multiple universes.
They did kind of go pretty hard on that. It was getting to, you know what? It was getting to be a bit much. Yeah,
and I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Omni-Man and Invincible. I thought they have great chemistry together. Even though it's strange for two voices to have chemistry together, but they do. It's weird, like these. It's funny to think that this is an animated show because it's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though I didn't dig season 2, I can still be like, wow, the show is like, they put effort into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like it, but yeah, I see what you mean. I was starting to feel like maybe I was starting to maybe get a little tired of the old alternate universe thing, multiverse thing.
My partner said that the second half of the second season's really good, and I was, so maybe I'll go back and revisit it.
Yeah.
Before the next season comes out.
It goes to some really interesting places.
That's what she was telling me. She wasn't giving me too many spoilers, but that's definitely what it sounded like. But like that, the first couple episodes it didn't suck me in like it did in the first season. Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild when I first saw it. I saw the first episode, and I went that whole episode going, okay, well, I mean, first I thought this is nothing like The Boys, and I thought this is just kind of like a legit superhero show, which is fine because it does it well, so it's cool, whatever. It's like watching Justice League Unlimited or something, and then that final scene happens, and I'm like, oh, it's actually really fucking gory. Okay.
Yes. They don't pull any punches.
Omni-Man is evil, I guess.
No, Omni-Man is horrible.
Yeah.
He's just the worst person. Yeah. It's a good show. I should give the second season another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely should.
All right. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll gather up the cats and we'll binge watch it.
As long as the cats get to see it, that's what's important.
Well, they're young though, so I might have to avert their eyes at the gore. I don't want them to. I'm raising them proper.
That's good.
Yeah, I on the other hand, instead of watching recent shows. My life revolves around the A-Team and fucking Knight Rider right now.
So I never actually watched the A-Team, but I do love Knight Rider. I haven't watched it in ages, but I do like it.
It's so crazy. Like, there's an episode where Kit gets demolished, like pretty bad, and they rebuild him, and he's afraid to go fast. And like Michael's like, Kit, what's wrong with you? He has psychological issues. He has PTSD, and I'm like, this car has PTSD from being destroyed, and he gets destroyed like several times throughout the series. He's never had issues before, but this time, this is the time that Kit, and you know, Kit's sassy too.
He is. I love him.
You know, and it's then there was the episode where David Hasselhoff Michael Knight has to attack or go after his evil twin, and I just love that the best they could do is just a little tiny mustache and a real fake looking goatee. They
did the Star Trek mirror thing where they gave the evil version of him a goatee.
They really did, and then like in order to fool Garth Knight's mother, Michael puts on the same mustache and the same little goatee, and he talks with a slightly different accent and walks with a cane, and everybody buys it.
Oh my God!
That's his mom. Like my mom would be able to tell me from you know, like she raised him. She would know the difference, but no, she doesn't get the difference at all. You know, so yeah, it's such a silly show, but it's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at like 1 a.m. when you're trying to go to sleep, but you can't, and so you go and watch Knight Rider. Now the A-Team's equally just as bonkers. People don't know this, but the A-Team is equally just as nuts. There was an episode, I sent you a picture of it, and you were like, "What the hell am I looking at?"
I literally said, "What am I looking at?"
And it's in order to escape from prison, they get trash bags, and Hannibal pretends to be a hairdresser. So the prison brick gives him like 20 blow dryers, and they tape up the blow dryers to the bags, and the bags fill up with hot air, and then they just float away.
Oh, it actually worked.
Yeah, it works.
Wow.
It worked. They get away. Or the episode where they need artillery. Somebody's trying to take over a lumber company, so they drill out holes in tree trunks, and they start shooting 2x4s through the tree trunks.
Having a hard time picturing that.
Yeah, well, it's ridiculous. It's insane. But I love watching. You know, but they you know, they're comfort shows.
Yeah.
They take me back to when I was a little kid playing with action figures.
Yeah,
you know,
I know how that
is.
is.
Yeah. So, you know, I enjoy them for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But I got my partner watching it, and she's just like, "This is just the stupidest show you could ever watch." I know. It's ridiculous. I got hooked on it because my Roku has a live section, and in one of the channels just plays A-Team, Knight Rider, and Miami Vice.
Oh wow!
On a loop. Yeah, so I put that on, and I watch in the background. I've gotten even nerdier though with my A-Team. I went out and I ordered the A-Team action figures from eBay.
Nice. Are they like the original ones from the 80s?
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
I got the van too. Yeah, that's how nerdy I am. I was like really getting into the show. I was like. My partner was like, "You got to stop."
We don't have room for all these.
No, we really don't. I don't know where I'm going to put the van.
Oh.
Like I said, it's good. It's you don't have to think when you're watching A-Team or Knight Rider, and that's what I like, to just be able to put something on and escape from the world.
I hear that. I love one thing I remember. I really need to. You have me thinking I need to go back and watch Knight Rider again because it's been a while.
You really should.
One thing I loved is that both Michael and Kit each had an evil twin.
Yeah, you're right.
But I like the fact that Kit's evil twin was voiced by Peter Cullen because I love that guy's voice. He voices
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He voices a good villain. He's known for Optimus Prime, but he does a good villain voice too.
Oh, yeah, that was well done. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So those are my obsessions right now.
Yeah, my comfort show lately is The Office and Law and Order SVU. I don't know why Law and Order SVU is a comfort show, but it just is.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about this in a later episode, but I got back in love with Red Dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just
awesome.
Such a fantastic show. Yeah, it really is. All right, so we both saw Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Me too.
Yeah, I thought, which is actually sad because it's not doing very well.
Oh, it's not? Theaters. I'm surprised.
No. I think I saw an article saying it was the second lowest release. I don't quote me on that, but I could have sworn that's what I saw. Yeah.
I'm surprised because it seems like everybody likes it, or everyone who's seen it.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we should issue some spoilers for this because it's only been out a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really liked Bob.
Yeah, he was great.
When I heard they're doing Sentry, I was very concerned because he's a godlike being, and I was like, well, how are they going to deal with him when they're just essentially just humans, and a couple of them have the serum, the super soldier serum. I was really concerned with how they were going to do the Sentry, but he was terrifying at the end.
Yeah.
That scene with the little girl when Guardian saves Red Guardian saves her, that got me. I was like, no.
Same. She was smiling up at him, and she was all cute. She was so cute, and he's like, "You are safe, little one." And then she smiles up at him, and she's all adorable, and then poof, she's a shadow. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking. I mean, I'm watching this movie go this ending, and it's a great ending. But I'm like, that little girl better come back.
Yeah.
They better show her come back and find her mother and father, and yeah, it better happen. And they did, luckily. But that really got me. That was really sad.
Yeah, that was really dark. Like, it wasn't gory or anything, but it was dark.
No, it was.
And I think everybody lived in the end, but still.
It was literally dark because they were becoming shadows. I was very concerned going through this because I'm not the biggest Marvel fan. I know you're a huge Marvel fan.
Yeah.
But the last couple movies I thought have been, with the exception of Deadpool 3, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Which was just fantastic. I was really concerned that this was going to be another movie I didn't like from Marvel because but I thought it was great. I really did. What did you think of Sentry? Did you think he was scary?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I didn't know anything about the characters going into this. I didn't even see Black Widow. I just kind of skipped that one.
Same.
So I didn't know any. Well, actually, Yelena showed up in the Hawkeye series, so I've seen her a little bit, but I didn't really know that much about her. And I knew about Red Guardian from the What If episode that he showed up. He showed up in at least one What If episode, and I knew he was played by David Harbour, who I love. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna like that guy, and I went into it thinking like, oh, this is gonna just be a fun movie, whatever. And it turned out to be about freaking depression and.
Yeah, he was the reason I went to see that movie, David Harbour. I love him. I love him so much. And you're right. It was very. It said a lot about depression and grief and moving on, and I really liked how they dealt with Bob's void or his dark side. I really thought that was, that was really good. I hope we get a new Avenger with a Z.
Avengers. That was such a fun ending.
That was. That ending got me because I thought, okay, Mr. Duffy, what's her name?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character.
What's her character's name?
I don't remember.
But I was like, okay, she's gonna get her comeuppance now. But no, it's a big press conference. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
that was pretty funny.
I remember somebody I watched. Was it Cinematic Excrement? I think he was the one that was a little disappointed that she didn't really get her comeuppance in the end. But I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure, and she kind of did because, they said we own you now. So
yeah,
yeah. So I really enjoyed it. I thought Bucky was great.
Oh, I loved Bucky. I think I have a crush on Bucky now.
Oh yeah.
He was such a badass on that motorcycle.
He was. That was awesome. That was fantastic. I mean, they even got me to care for U.S. Agent.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah, he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They even got me to care about him, and I was like, wow, okay, I'm down with it. I see him as a hero.
I don't think I knew he was going to be in it until he showed up, and I was like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
They got me with that death. I didn't think Taskmaster was going to go out so soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like the first 5 minutes of the movie, or 10 minutes, and I was like, wow, okay.
I don't remember what else Taskmaster has been in, but I think I didn't.
Black Widow.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know where they go from here. With these characters, I'd like to see them in more. They did promise they will return, so hopefully we see them in something in the future.
Yeah.
What did you think about the post-credit scene with the ship?
Fantastic Four, yeah, that was great. I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that they, I mean, it's Marvel. I guess it goes without saying that they're gonna try to link it to the next movie that's coming out. But it was still really cool to see that.
Yeah, I'm real excited for that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
But there's some really good action sequences in the Thunderbolts. I enjoyed their time in the Void. I thought that was really good. When they all got sucked up into the shadows and they were in the house with Bob. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, all that was really good. Damn it, I bumped my mic. I love it when I go into a movie just thinking, oh, this will be a fun flick, whatever, and it turns out to be something really deep. It was like this is a much bigger scale, but it reminds me a little of when I went to see the Barbie movie, and I'm like, that looks really cute, and it turns out to be about like feminism and toxic masculinity.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see the Barbie movie? Oh, you
no,
should.
I
It's
have
really
not.
Good.
Really?
Yeah. I really liked it.
I just thought it was like...
It's really cute, but it's also surprisingly deep.
Okay. It should be on streaming. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
Really liked Red Guardian. He was really good. Yeah. I liked his chemistry with... What was her name in the movie?
Yelena, I think. Yeah, Yelena.
Yeah. You really buy that. You really buy that relationship together. You know, like when she's like, when she's like, it's been a year, and he's like, I didn't think you wanted me. I got a little choked up. I did.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh wow.
No.
This is. Yeah. This is. I could really buy this relationship. And
yeah, she was a good character. She was such a mood.
She was such a mood from the very beginning. When she's sitting there talking to the guy who she's handcuffed or whatever. It's like, I just love seeing Red Guardian in the limo driving across the desert. I just so excited, so excited that they're part of a team. These people are trying to kill each other. It's like, no, you're part of a team. This is great.
He was kind of the glue that held them all together.
He really was. He was the inciting incident that gets them to come together. I think, or maybe not, but yeah, I really like this character. I like Bucky. I guess he's not a congressman anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
No, half a term.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was official, but I'm gonna guess he probably retired.
It did. I like to watch his arm in the dishwasher.
That was so funny. I love that scene. He opens up the dishwasher and pulls out his arm and.
back on. Yeah, it was a good movie. I will watch that. I will watch again.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So we saw some trailers.
We sure did.
I want to talk about TRON, the new TRON movie.
Oh, okay. I did not see that trailer, I don't think.
All the cast is back from Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to take place in the real world. So like it was very brief. It was just like two light cycles riding down the street and crashing into a cop car. The only downside for me is it stars Jared Leto.
Oh no.
Yes, and that's a killer for me.
Yeah, there's not to change the subject on you, but just as a little tangent, there's a live action He-Man movie coming out, and they cast Jared Leto as Skeletor, and I was like, God damn it.
I mean, the movie looks horrible.
It does. Some pictures of Teela came out, and she looks like Teela from the old live action movie. Just the colors are accurate. Why even bother?
Really does. When you pointed that out on Facebook, I was like, wow, they're not even trying with this movie. Yep. So that killed that. I'm just not gonna. I don't want to support Jared Leto. You know, I don't want to. Yeah.
I was already pretty soured on it because of Jared Leto, but yeah, once I saw that costume, I'm like, nope. Also, it takes place on Earth again, like the old live action movie.
Just give us a live action He-Man.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard, really. Anyway,
but,
I didn't mean to go off topic there.
No, I wanted to talk about that at some point anyway, because we both have feelings about He-Man. We both have feels. The other trailer I want to talk about was the Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah, that one looks great.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
I love that they're going completely like retro with it, and it has this whole like family kind of feel, like they're a family.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think the Thing looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably the best version that we've had so far. I didn't care about the female Silver Surfer. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's people out there that have feelings about it.
Of course.
Yeah. But no, it doesn't. It's you know it's a change up that doesn't really affect the story much. Mm-hmm. So you know.
Yeah, and you know, there's already been a movie where that had the original Silver Surfer in it anyway, so you know they can do something different with this one. It's not the end of the world.
No, well, I think it is for the Fantastic Four.
Bite me.
I mean, I like that Galactus is not a cloud in the sky. I think that's pretty good.
I heard about that. I never actually saw any of the old Fantastic Four movies, but I've heard things.
The horrors.
I've heard all the horror stories.
I saw them both in theaters. It was fucking horrible. I mean, you only see the footsteps, which I'm assuming is Galactus in the trailer, but everything about it I love that it's kind of like a 50s kind of Fallout feel where like you know the technology is different than what we have here, you know, in this Earth. Maybe I'm misreading into it, but you know they have a little robot who looks like something out of like the 50s, you know, would have.
I guess so. I hadn't thought of it really, but yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Yeah,
definitely feels very retro and colorful and comic booky, and I love that.
Yeah, because you know they're a family, so you know you would expect them to. I'm surprised that they went with the babies so quick, you know, not even going for not even going for a first, not even going for like doing that in the second movie, but so you know Franklin Richards. So yeah, the third trailer I saw that I want to talk about. What did I forget? I'm sorry, Dena.
Was it Superman?
It was Superman. it was Superman. Thank you.
Did you really forget about Superman?
I did for a split second. It's been a long day.
I hear that.
It's been my brain cells are firing one synapse at a time. Superman looks incredible.
It does.
It looks incredible.
Again, I love that they're going with, colorful,
yes,
lighter feel to it.
Yes.
None of that angsty shit.
No, save that for Batman. I mean, he could be, Batman's in the shadows, grumpy. Let him be in the emo boy over there.
Yeah.
I want hope in my Superman movies.
Yeah, and also we don't need a darker take on Superman because that's what freaking Homelander and Omni-Man are for.
Right? Yeah.
Let them be the dark takes on Superman. Let the real Superman, be himself.
His costume's bright and vibrant. Crypto's in it, which is amazing.
He's gonna be great. I can already tell I'm gonna love him.
Nicholas Hoult is playing Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor.
You're such a wrestling fan.
That would be very strange if Superman had to fight the total package. Lex Luthor. That would be some movie. No, I really, all kidding aside, I think this Superman. This is a fantastic start to James Gunn's new DC universe.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really good. I can't see this not being one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah, the only thing is there's a lot of characters in that trailer. I'm curious how they're gonna fit them all in.
Yeah, there is.
In a way that doesn't,
feel cramped.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Green Lantern. I think Hawkgirl's in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus you have Superman and Lex Luthor. I didn't say Luger.
The guy with the T on his face. I already forgot his name. But
Mr. Terrific.
Was that
Mr. Terrific.
Oh, is that what he's called? Oh, okay. I just remember. I remember seeing him on Justice League Unlimited. So
I freaked out when I saw him because I was
like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, I loved him in the comics, and he was briefly on air, the Flash TV show. So I'm a fan of Mr. Terrific. So when he shows up, I'm like, yeah, that was great. My partner was like, who is he? I was like, so yes. So what trailers did you want to talk about?
Okay, well, you already covered Superman and Fantastic Four. I'm also really looking forward to Megan 2.0. This trailer came out a few months ago, but yeah, I loved Megan.
I saw it. I saw the trailer for it, and I was just like, really?
They're going like a Terminator 2 route where she's like the good guy now.
They really are.
I think that's a really interesting way to go with it.
I don't know how I feel about it. I liked Megan. All right. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was. I thought it was I didn't regret seeing it in the theaters. So
Yeah, I mean Megan the character was great. I think the movie was fine. There was they could have done maybe a little bit more interesting things with it, which is why I wanted a sequel. I was hoping, maybe they can do more with this concept. So I'm really happy we're getting one.
You might be selling me on a sequel, because when I first saw it, I was like, really? I don't know. And then it was like, she's a good guy now. I really? But maybe it could work, because the first one worked just fine. That was the first time I saw it when the other day when I went to see Thunderbolts. I was like, okay. I probably won't see that in the theaters though. So that's probably a streaming one. You gonna go in the theaters for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to Megan 2.0.
Is that the official title, 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like it's probably going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. At least it's going to be fun. For sure, it's going to be fun. We'll see what it's like beyond that. But
yeah. Do we want to talk about some art stuff that we're doing?
Sure. Well, I have a comic book I've been working on. I'm finally sort of in the process of getting it off the ground. It's sort of like my character started off as like Transformers OCs. I came up with them when I was a kid. And I've just had this idea in my head for shape-shifting cat people for a really long time. And a couple decades ago, somebody wrote a script for the first issue of the comic. And then I just kind of fell out of touch with that guy. Couldn't get back in touch with him, and I thought, oh, well, I guess Cybercats is never going to happen. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I've got the first script written. Why don't I at least like do the first issue, and at least I can say I did that.
Yeah, you've had this idea in your head for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm about 8 pages in. I think by the time I get about 10 pages in, I'll be ready to start publishing it online.
Really?
So I'll publish the pages as they get done. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the synopsis?
Oh boy, well, I love the way one of my viewers described it. He was like, humanity messed up, cats took over, everyone's a cyborg now. But yeah, basically like there's humanity goes through kind of a dark age, and they survive by evolving to have metallic skin, and then they find that like cats are their equals now. Cats have also evolved, and then the humans kind of get pushed off. They sort of like retreat to the moon to get away from the cat people, and it's just kind of like a war between them.
I'm rooting for the cats.
The cats are actually the good guys in the comics, so
that's really cool.
Thanks.
So all this is the art that you're painting on when you do live streams. Is that stuff for the comic book, or?
Yeah, I draw it, in traditional style, like pen and ink on paper, and then I scan it, and then I color it in Photoshop, and I've been doing that during the streams. The color.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to reading it.
Thanks.
You have 8 pages done?
Yeah, it's taken me like 2 years to get them done, but I think it's gonna pick up soon.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. So, like, is there a specific character that you've had in mind all this time, or is it just like, I know when I write, I have or when I get an idea, I think of a character first, and then it's like, okay, well, this character, and then you slowly build the world around them. Like, did you have characters in mind, or did you just have a general idea?
It was pretty much, yeah. It started with the characters because, like I said, originally they were Transformers OCs. Because in Transformers G1, there weren't any female characters for like the first 2 seasons, so I came up with my own.
Okay.
And so yeah, it came from that concept, and I just had kind of the same 5 good guys and the same 5 bad guys, and I've added a few characters since then, but yeah, they've more or less stayed the core of the characters has kind of stayed the same.
That's very cool. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to finally getting something done with it.
I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you. I hope so.
Yeah. I on the other hand have like maybe the most nerdy hobby in the world. I mean, like, I write. That's great, but one of my main hobbies, I paint little tiny miniatures for war games, and I don't think that there's a more nerdy hobby in the world. I mean, maybe stamp collecting, like coin collecting, maybe.
Do you have to do you have to use like a magnifying glass? I've seen people look through a magnifying glass to paint the tiny little details.
Sometimes it depends. It depends on what I'm painting, how small the model is. But like for something that's 25 millimeter, which is pretty small. But yeah, it's so nerdy, and the game itself is you just get a bunch of Warhammer nerds together, and I don't know. There's nothing. Sometimes I'm ashamed of myself. I'm just looking at these, these guys arguing over an inch movement. I'm like, We could be like watching A-Team.
Yeah, that's less nerdy.
It's that no, but I took a break for the first part of the year. I'm planning on writing again because that's my bread and butter, and I think
cool.
Yeah, I don't have anything specific in mind, but it's my first book came out in 2022, and I made it to the Amazon top 13.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so and to just it just doesn't seem right to like just let depression give in and not let me write. So I made a half a year's resolution that I'm gonna start writing again. I don't know what, maybe short stories, maybe another book. I don't know, but I want to get writing again because that's where I feel most creative.
Yeah, it's good to have a creative outlet.
Yeah, it is, and if I can get one or two people to read it, that's all I can ask for. A writer needs readers. I can write and just have volumes of unread books, and that's just sad. So, so hopefully whatever I work on next, gets me to readers and fame and fortune. That stuff. So
yeah.
So next week or next month, you're gonna have a movie for me to watch.
I almost forgot. I thought of two. I'm not sure which one I want to suggest.
Just remember, whatever you pick, I can exact vengeance.
True.
After that.
Because I'm not sure if you'd like either of the ones I have in mind, but I'm curious what you'd think of them. Okay, I'm gonna decide on one.
Okay.
It's Old, that M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Really? You want me to watch that? Okay.
I watched it a couple years ago, and it's completely bonkers, and I don't know if it's technically good, but I did enjoy it.
Okay.
So, I'm curious what you'll think of it.
I'm down. I'm down for it.
Okay, so that'll be
All
interesting. Right. So you haven't seen it before, right?
I have not seen it.
Okay, that'll be interesting then.
I had no interest in it, so I'm going in completely blind.
I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, what is this movie? It looks kind of interesting. It's about like people are stranded on this beach and they're aging really fast.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all the trailer tells you, and then the title comes up and it's Old. I'm like, the fuck is this?
All right. Okay.
But
yeah. I will watch it and give you my my thoughts.
That'll be a fun topic.
Yeah, sure will.
So once again, this is Dena.
And this is Annie.
And this is the Besties podcast, signing off. See you next time.
Bye. He's nobody, really.
Sorry, guy with a small dick just rode by. Cut that out.